Hi, how are you this week? We're only going to have one video this week. It'll be a little longer than your other ones from last week, but it won't be too bad. Let's remind ourselves about what we were studying. We were studying P and B, and those were called the lip puffers. Okay, we had a keyword and sound to go with each of those. So we had pig, P, and bat, B. Now we didn't quite finish this lesson. We were working with initial, medial, and final sounds. The reason we do this is because when we're trying to figure out words, we need to put the sounds in order. So we need to put the first sound, then the middle sound, and then the final sound. So when we sound a word out, we'll be able to figure that word out. We'll know which order to put those sounds in. So we're going to go and I'm going to say a word and you're going to need your lip puffer picture. So get it out. You're going to need your page that looks just like mine. It says IMF and it's laminated. So get it out. If you have to take a few minutes to do that, pause the video and then come right back. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Now, I'll say a word and you need to decide if you heard this word in the initial, medial, or final position. Not the word, the letter. And we're listening for the sound P, as in P, P. All right, so here's our word. Pit. Unblend. It. Where did you hear that sound? In the initial, medial, or final position? P. Pit. It was in the initial position. Good. All right. Now, we did a lot of the P sounds last time. So this time we're going to go into the B sound, the voiced lip puffer sound. And we're going to listen for what position in the word that I say that this sound will come. And you're going to move your lip puffer card into the initial, medial, or final position. So here we go. I'm going to move this one off. Okay. First word, bat. Echo. All right, and let's unblend it. B, at. Where did you hear the B sound? Place your card, and that was the initial position. Bat. Okay. Let's listen to the next one. So move your card off. I'm going to keep mine on, but you'll be moving your card on and off, so you move your card off. And your next one is able. Echo, able. Now let's unblend. A-b-l. Where was that B sound in able? Okay, grab your card and place it. It was in the medial position. A-b-l. Remember, medial is going to be in between the first and last sound. All right, so you're going to move your card off. Okay, wait for the word. Tub. Tub. Unblend. T-a-b. Which position did we hear that in? Grab your card, place it where you think you heard it in tub. And where did it go? Final position. So that shows me something. If we look just at my picture, that a B sound can come in the initial position, it can come in the medial position, or it can come in the final position. It can be anywhere in a word. So that's pretty neat to know. Okay, this will be our last practice on this one. So our word is beg. Echo, beg. Good. Now, where did you hear that sound? Place it on your sound card. Beg. The initial position, wasn't it? Good. All right. Well, that was the last thing that we had to do on lesson 1. So I'm going to bring up lesson 2. So let me come down here and bring up lesson 2. Now, on lesson 2, we're going to start from the beginning like we always do. Okay, so you don't need your IMF piece of paper and you don't need your sound card anymore. All you have to do is just look at the video for just a few minutes, okay? So here we go. My before hand is my left hand. My after hand is my right hand. And now we're going to talk a little bit about the alphabet, but we're first going to talk about the letter I. When we see the letter I, it means initial. And initial represents first. Okay, so I'm going to write that here. So what is the initial letter of our alphabet? Well, because initial means first, we're looking at the first letter. That would be A. Okay. M. What does M represent? Medial. Okay, and medial means the middle. Okay, so I'm going to put middle right here. And so a medial sound would come between the initial sound and the final sound, or we'd say it comes in the middle. And do you remember what are the 2 middle letters of the alphabet? What would we have? The very 2 middle letters are M and N. Good. Right? And what does F represent? Final. And what does final mean? Last. And so if I ask you, what is the final letter of our alphabet? You would tell me that it's the last letter, and that is the letter Z. Okay. Now, in your binder, which I hope you have right now, if you don't, go run and get it. In your binder, you're going to have the alphabet, and it's written in a before letters line and an after letters line. I want you to get that piece of paper out, and you're going to put your before finger on A and your after finger on N, and we're going to say the alphabet, and we're going to touch the top row with our before finger, and we're going to touch and name the bottom row with our after finger. So let's begin. Before finger, here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Good work. Now, do you remember how many letters are in our alphabet? 26. Now, out of those 26 letters, how many sounds can we get? You remember those? Those 26 letters make 44 sounds. All right. Okay, now there are 2 different kinds of letters in the alphabet. And on those 2 different kinds, I'm going to move my hands down here. Do you remember the 2 kinds of letters? We have vowels and consonants. Now, there are only 5 vowels, and let's name those 5 vowels. And that would be A, E, I, O, and U. And all of the rest of them are called consonants. Okay, so let's go on to the next thing. Okay, our reading decks. That means I need to bring up this reading deck right here. Okay, And we don't have very many letters yet, but we'll get to all of them eventually. But we have, when I go through these, we're just going to say the name of the letter. And what is the name of this one? P, B. Okay. And let's say the keyword and sound that go with each of these. We have bat, B, pig, P. Good. Let me go back through there and put that blank. Good job. And now it's time for you to be a good listener. So I want you to listen to the 3 words I'm about to say. Now you're listening for a sound. So this is new learning. We're listening for a sound that all of these letters or all of these words have alike. So my words are top, tin, tag. What did you hear alike in each of those words? Top, tin, tag. Did you hear what I heard? I heard the T sound. Now, think about what is your mouth doing when you say T, like all of those words have. Your tongue is touching the top of your mouth and it's tapping it and then pushing a little bit of air out. T, t. Put your hand in front of your mouth and feel it. T. So we've just learned about a new sound, and I'm going to show you the picture for that sound. This sound is called a tongue tapper. Okay, a tongue tapper. Let's go back here. Now, on a tongue tapper, is that a stopped or a continuing sound? T, t. To be able to make it correctly, we have to stop it and then start it again. T, t. So it's a stopped sound. Okay. Is it open or blocked? T, t. Well, my tongue blocks for just a second, doesn't it? So we call that one partially blocked. Okay, and is it voiced or unvoiced? So put your hand right there on your throat and feel. T, t. Ooh, I didn't feel any vibrating, so it's unvoiced. So if all vowels are open and voiced, and this one was partially blocked and unvoiced, that means this is not a vowel, it's a consonant sound. All right, so I'm going to put those 3 words that we were listening to earlier up here. So give me just a second. Now, here are the words we just heard. Top, tin, tag. What do you see in each of these words that they have alike? Well, of course, the letter T in the beginning right there. Now, as usual, we have a keyword and sound that'll go with that. So I want you to listen to my riddle, and I wonder if you can figure out what the key word for the T is. All right. Now, this is a piece of furniture that has a smooth, flat top. Sometimes families gather around this to share a meal, and this piece of furniture usually has 4 legs. Can you think about what that could be? I will come down here. Whoops. To our cards. And did you guess table? Okay. So our keyword is table and our sound is T, and that goes with the letter T. All right. Good. Let's send that back down. And if you'll look in your binder, you'll have on page 5, okay, so you're going to be turning to page 5, we have the letter T to practice. Okay, so watch how I make the letter T. Let me pick up a skinny pen here. Okay. Now, if you forget, right up here at the top of your page, it takes you through the steps on making the letter T. And remember, all of our lowercase cursive letters start on the baseline, and that's where the arrow is. And this one is a swing up, stop, pull down straight, release, and then we give it across. Okay? So pick up your pencil, turn to your page 5, and let's give that a try. So the first time we do it, we're going to name and trace it. So we'll say the name of the letter and trace it. T. T. Good. Okay. If you'll notice, the T is going to go up to that second line. It doesn't stop at this first line. It goes up to the second one. Okay. So move next door. Name and make a copy. T. T. Good. Okay. Drop down below. Name and make another copy. T. T. Now, put a check mark up at the top of this page, and you're going to practice your cursive letter T as many times as you can and circle your best one. I think that's probably my best one, my third try right there. All right, now we're going to hop down here, okay, and give me just a second to erase this page. Okay, now just like before, you're going to be listening, okay, and see if you can hear what sound is alike in these 3 words that I say. Dip, dot, dug. Let me say those again. Dip, dot, dug. Did you hear what I heard? At the beginning of each of those, we hear the sound D. All right. Now, think about what your mouth is doing to say the D sound. Okay. Our tongue is up at the top again, and it's kind of tapping the top of our mouth, and we're forcing the air out. Well, that's the exact same way that we made the T sound. So it's another tongue tapper. Now, this tongue tapper is a little different though. If you'll notice, put your hand right there on your throat and do D, D. It's voiced. So the T was an unvoiced tongue tapper and the D was a voiced tongue tapper. Okay, so let's take a look at the words that I just said. All right, here they are. Dip, dot, dug. What do you see that's alike in each of these words? Yep, right there at the beginning, we have the letter D. All right. Now, we have a keyword and sound that go with this. And on this one, I'm holding something right here, okay? And I'm going to give you some clues about what I'm holding, and it's going to be our keyword for this sound, D. All right? Now, this is an animal, and it's related to wolves. There are different breeds. Like an example of a breed would be a poodle or a retriever, and sometimes this is called man's best friend. Do you know what it is? Here, let me see if I can show it right here. Whoops, there it is. It's a dog. All right, so that's our new key word. And so we're going to come down here and look and see what it looks like. And dog, D. All right, so now that we have that, okay, we're going to go and we're going to practice this letter. Okay, so let me turn to my next page. So you're going to be on page 6. And quickly, let's go over the strokes that it takes to make this letter. All right. This one's called a curve under, over, stop, trace back around, close, push straight up, pull straight down, and release. That sounds like a lot, but just watch here. Okay. So I'm going to curve under, over, stop. We trace back around and close it. Then we push up, pull down, release. Okay, so let's try it down here with yours. Okay, so pick up your pencil and under, over, stop, trace back around, push up, pull down, release. Good. Now this time when we make this letter, I want you to say the letter as you make it. Okay. D. D. Good. Now here, starting on your baseline always, D. D. Good. Now put a check mark at the top of this page. You're going to practice your cursive letter D's, make as many as you can, and then circle your best one. Yikes, I think this time this is my best one right here. All right, well, this is the end of our video. I hope you have a great week, and I hope that you come back and meet me on our next video for next week, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.